All right, so we've got our PCA here. First thing I'm going to do is my before, during, and after procedure. I'm going to attend to standard precaution, perform hand hygiene, raise the bed up to a comfortable height level, pull the curtain, identify the patient, looking at his wristband, asking for his name and date of birth, and also identify myself to the patient, explain that I am your nurse, and how are you doing today. So with the PCA, the first thing you're going to want to do is actually put your gloves on, which I already did. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to confirm the doctor's orders. So the doctor has the order for morphine PCA and 1 milligram per milliliter, which we do have. And you're also going to check it again before you put it in here, and again before you actually hook up the IV and have it running. So we're going to open these up, making sure not to touch the outer edges. We're going to screw it on. You're going to get your IV line out for your PCA. These would have caps on them, and you're going to screw them on. Just to be safe, you can always take your alcohol wipe and wipe it off just in case. Make sure everything is unclamped because we're going to push the air through it. We're going to push the air through like that. Okay, the air is through, and then you're going to clamp it again, and then you're going to place it in, if I can. Making sure the barcode is facing inside, and you're going to stick that in first, and then push it down until you hear a click. There's a click, and if it's not already on, it's going to turn itself on at this point, so we're just going to click continue because it's doing the self-testing. Self-test is complete. Click continue again. Is it a new patient? Yes. All right, so this is again where we're going to confirm the order. So it's asking if the order is for 1 milligram per milliliter of morphine, which it is. So you'd click yes. So confirm. And purging, when it asks to purge, pretty much just runs it through the IV, or sorry, the PCA line, which we already did since I pushed the air out. So we're going to click no because I already did that. And set loading dose, which is where our doctor's orders comes in. So for loading dose, we're going to put 4. So yes, we want to set a loading dose, and we're going to put 4 in. All right, click enter. And delivering it now. No, we want to deliver later. And then you're going to select what mode that you need. So it's either going to be PCA only, PCA and continuous, just continuous, or you can look at other protocols. For this one, it just wants the PCA, so we're going to do PCA only. And for the PCA dose, it's the same thing. So we're going to click the 1. Since we have the 1 and the doctor's order, click enter. All right. How many minutes are we going to have? For the PCA, it's morphine at 1 milligram per milliliter. The loading dose is going to be 4. The continuous dose on it is going to be 2. The dose on request for the patient is going to be 0.5. The lockout time is going to be 10 minutes. And then your 4-hour limit is going to be the 24 milligrams per hour. So we're going to put 10 minutes. Click enter. The set limit dose is going to be a yes, because we need that. So then it's going to say enter the 4-hour dose limit, which we already said is going to be 24. Then we're going to click enter. And then it's going to go through everything again for you. So the dose, the lockout time, and the 4-hour limit, which is all right for what we have. Click confirm. And it says loading dose not given. So we're going to give it now, but we're going to give it after we hook it up. So deliver loading dose now. No. So now it's telling us to close and lock the door before we begin. So I'm going to go ahead, take my alcohol wipe, wipe it off, and then we're going to hook it in. Otherwise, sorry. Wipe it off, hook it in. And make sure that this is closed too, since we already have a primary IV running. We don't need this one running as well, so make sure it's locked so it doesn't backtrack out of that one. So then we're going to close the door, turn the key. All right. And then give the patient the button. And when you give the patient the button, tell the patient that only they are allowed to press this. Their family is not allowed to, only they are allowed to. Nobody else is allowed to touch it. Also, when you give the patient the button, you need to come back, assess their pain level, you need to assess their level of consciousness, and you need to look at their respirations as well to see if there's any signs and changes. If there are, you need to contact the provider and discontinue the PCA, especially if it's lower. And that's it.